Dave, my nephew said something to me yesterday that I cannot stop thinking about.
What did he say?
He is 6 years old. I asked him what he wants to be when he grows up.
And?
He said, a dragon.
Dragon. That is a perfect answer.
Perfect answer. And I just stood there smiling because I thought, when did we stop saying answers like that?
When did we start editing our dreams before we even say them out loud?
Yes. When did we start thinking, oh no, that is too big, that is silly, that is not realistic?
A 6-year-old has no filter. He just says what he really wants.
And it is beautiful. And today, that is our topic.
Dreams and goals, what they are, how to talk about them in English, and why it matters to say them out loud.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, English learners, welcome back to the Teach Easy English podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real, everyday conversations. I'm Daisy.
And I'm Dave, and yes, Daisy's nephew wants to be a dragon. We are starting there today.
We are absolutely starting there. Okay, so today's episode is about dreams and goals.
And we use simple English, A1 and A2 level, short sentences, easy words, real conversation.
So if you are a beginner, this is perfect for you. Stay with us.
And if you are a little more advanced, stay too, because the topic is for everyone.
Okay, but before we go into the topic, we want to ask you something.
Yes, think about this right now. What is one dream you have? Maybe big, maybe small. Maybe a little silly like being a dragon.
All dreams welcome here.
All of them. And at the end of this episode, we want you to write that dream in the comments. In English, even one simple sentence.
My dream is to, and then finish it. That's all.
Because writing it makes it a little more real. And we will talk about why later.
And we read every comment, every single one. So write it. We're waiting.
Also, please like this episode and subscribe to Teach Easy English. We make simple, real English episodes every week.
Okay, let's start. Dave, what is the difference between a dream and a goal? Because I think people use these words like they mean the same thing.
Good question. I think a dream is bigger. It is something you imagine, something in the future that feels exciting.
Like a picture in your head of a life you really want.
Yes, like I dream of living near the sea, or I dream of writing a book one day.
There's no specific plan yet, just a feeling, a wish.
Exactly. And a goal is different. A goal is more specific. It has steps.
Like, I want to finish this English course by June. Or I want to save money for a holiday next year.
A goal has a direction and a time. A dream has a feeling and a picture.
Oh, I like that. A dream has a feeling, a goal has a plan.
And you need both. The dream gives you the energy, the reason why you are working.
And the goal gives you the path, the steps to get there.
Without a dream, a goal feels empty, like you are doing things but you don't really know why.
Yes, like ticking boxes but feeling nothing.
And without a goal, a dream just stays in your head. It never becomes real.
So the dream and the goal work together.
Always together. The dream is the light far away, and the goals are the steps you take to get closer.
I love that picture. Okay, so how do we talk about dreams and goals in English? What are the simple phrases?
Yes, let's go through them one by one. First and most simple. I want to.
I want to travel. I want to learn English. I want to find a better job.
Very simple, very clear, and very useful every day.
Then a little warmer. I would love to.
I would love to live in another country. I would love to speak English with confidence.
I would love to sounds more personal, more emotional, like it really matters to you.
Yes, it is closer to the heart than I want to.
Then for something you are working on right now, I am trying to.
I am trying to save money. I am trying to exercise more. I am trying to improve my English every day.
That one is powerful because it shows you are already moving, already doing something.
Not just wishing, actually doing.
And then for something further in the future, one day I want to or I hope to.
One day I want to visit Japan. I hope to have my own home someday.
These phrases leave space, no specific date, but a clear direction.
And having a direction is already something. It is much better than having no direction at all.
Much better. Okay, and what if someone tells you their dream? What do you say back?
Simple and warm. That sounds amazing. Or, I love that. Or, I really think you can do it.
Short sentences, but they mean a lot.
Yes, because when someone shares a dream, they are sharing something personal, something that matters to them.
And a kind response makes them feel safe, like they made the right choice telling you.
Okay, now let's talk about something real. Something I think many people feel but do not say.
What is that?
Dreams are scary.
Oh, yes. Tell me more.
Because a dream is something you really want. And when you really want something, you can also lose it.
If you never try, you never fail. The dream stays safe inside your head.
Beautiful and perfect and completely untested.
But the moment you say it out loud, the moment you actually try, it becomes real.
And real things can go wrong. Real things can fail.
And that is scary. I know that feeling very well.
Me too. I remember when I first told someone I wanted to do something with English.
Teach it?
Share it, help people with it.
Really? What happened?
The person looked at me and said, that's a nice hobby. Not really a career, though, is it?
Oh, that must have felt terrible.
It felt like someone stepped on something small and new, something that was just starting to grow.
And did you stop?
For a little while, yes. I got quiet about that dream for some time.
But here you are.
Here I am. The dream came back. They always come back if they're real.
That is such an important thing to say. If a dream is real, it comes back.
It does not disappear, it just waits.
Okay, so I want to talk about that moment. The moment you share a dream and someone reacts badly.
Yes, because I think it stops so many people.
So many. I had a dream once, when I was maybe 20. I wanted to live in another country. Just try it, experience a different life.
And what happened when you told people?
My family was worried. They said, that is too risky. What about a stable job? What about staying close to home?
They meant well, but it felt like a door closing.
Exactly. And I got scared, and I pushed the dream down.
Did you ever do it?
Yes, but much later than I wanted to, because I waited for other people to say it was okay.
And the lesson?
Your dream does not need other people's permission to be real.
Oh, say that again. That is important.
Your dream does not need other people's permission to be real.
It is real because you feel it, because it matters to you.
And not everyone is the right person to share your dream with, especially at the beginning when it is new and small.
Yes, think of a dream like a small plant. At the beginning, it is very fragile, very new.
And some people water it. They say, yes, I believe in you. Go for it.
And some people step on it, not always with bad intentions, but the result is the same.
So choose carefully who you tell, especially in the early days.
Tell the waterers, not the steppers.
The waterers and the steppers. I love that.
Find your waterers. Tell them first.
Okay, now let's talk about goals in a very practical way, because I think goals sometimes feel complicated, and they do not have to be.
Yes, some people hear the word goal and they think big, serious life plan. Very organized, very stressful.
Like goals are only for very focused, very disciplined people.
And if you are not that person, goals are not for you.
But that is completely wrong.
Goals can be tiny. Goals can be flexible. Goals can change.
A goal can be, I will read in English for 10 minutes today. That's a goal.
Or, I will send one message in English this week.
Or, I will learn 3 new words before I go to sleep tonight.
Small, specific, possible.
And small goals done every day are more powerful than one big goal that you think about once and then forget.
I have done the big goal thing so many times. January 1st, new year, big list, so much energy.
I know this story.
And by February,
By February, the list is in a drawer and you have no idea where you put it.
exactly. The big, dramatic plan almost never works.
But small things repeated quietly every day.
Those change your life because they become part of who you are, not a special effort, just something you do.
And when something becomes just something you do, it stops feeling hard.
It just becomes normal.
And that's where real change happens, in the small, repeated things, not the big moments.
Okay, now I want to connect this specifically to English learning because I think this is really important for everyone listening.
Yes, because most people listening right now have a dream connected to English.
Maybe they want to travel and speak to people in other countries.
Maybe they want to work in English or study abroad.
Maybe they want to watch their favorite shows without subtitles. Or just feel confident, not scared, when someone speaks English to them.
All of these are real dreams, and they are all completely possible.
But here's the hard part. Learning a language is slow, and it is very hard to see progress day by day.
You do not wake up one morning and suddenly speak English perfectly.
It happens in very small steps, very quietly, over a long time.
And when you cannot see the steps, it feels like you are not moving at all.
That feeling, that I'm not getting better feeling, that is one of the most difficult parts of learning.
But here is the truth. You are moving. You just cannot always see it in the moment.
Progress in language is like growing taller. You do not notice it day by day.
But you look at a photo from 1 year ago and you think, oh, something changed.
Yes, and that is why small goals are so important, because they give you proof.
I learned 5 new words today. That is proof I moved.
I understood this podcast episode. That is proof I moved.
I said 1 sentence in English today without stopping to think. That is proof I moved.
Small proofs, every day. That is what keeps you going when the big dream feels far.
And we want to say something directly to anyone who feels stuck right now.
Yes, if you understand English, but when someone speaks to you, you freeze, the words do not come out.
That feeling, I know it. So many learners know it.
The English is inside your head, but it does not come out of your mouth when you need it.
And that gap between knowing and speaking, that is one of the most frustrating places to be.
But it's also one of the most common. You are not alone in this.
And if that's you right now, there's a link in the description that can help.
A simple, calm way to practice speaking. Real answers to real everyday questions, step by step.
From exactly where you are right now, not where you think you should be.
Because your dream does not care where you start. It only cares that you start.
Take the first small step. The link is in the description. Go and look after this episode.
Okay, now, something that I think is really important. What happens when things do not go as planned?
Because they often do not.
They really often do not. And I think many people stop at that moment.
The plan did not work, so the dream is over.
But that is not true. A plan not working is not the same as a dream dying.
The plan is just one road to get there, and there are many roads.
When one road is blocked, you find another one. You don't stop, you just change direction a little.
I had a goal last year, very specific. A clear plan, a clear timeline.
And what happened?
Life happened, honestly. For a little while, I just sat with the frustration.
That's allowed.
Yes, feeling frustrated is allowed. But then, I looked at where I still wanted to go, and I found a new way. Slower, smaller, but a way.
And did you get there?
In a different form than I expected, but yes, something better actually.
Oh, that happens so often.
Yes, because when you have to find a new road, you see things you would have missed on the original one.
The detour teaches you something the direct road never could.
And now I'm actually grateful the first plan did not work.
Me too. There are things in my life that I love that only exist because something else did not work out first.
It is a strange and comforting thought.
that sometimes not getting what you wanted opens the door to something better.
Okay, one more thing. Comparison. Because when people talk about dreams and goals, comparison always comes up.
Always. You have a dream, and then you look at someone else, and they are already there.
Or moving faster, or they look like they have everything figured out.
And suddenly your dream feels small, or too late, or not enough.
But here's the thing. You're comparing your beginning to their middle.
You see where they are now. You do not see the years of trying and failing that got them there.
Nobody posts the hard years. They post the arrival.
And so it looks like they just appeared at the destination without a journey.
But there's always a journey for every single person.
And your journey is yours. It does not need to look like anyone else's.
Comparing your path to someone else's is like comparing your handwriting to theirs.
It will always look different, and that is not a problem. That's just how it works.
Everyone's handwriting is different, and nobody says my handwriting is wrong because it doesn't look like yours.
But we do that with our lives and our dreams all the time.
All the time, and it's not fair to ourselves.
So just write in your own way, at your own speed, toward your own dream.
Toward your own dream, yes.
Okay, something practical now. 3 simple things you can do today.
Yes, practical, real, easy.
First, say your dream out loud, right now, even alone in your room, even just to yourself.
One sentence, my dream is to, and finish it, out loud.
Because saying it out loud moves it from inside your head to outside in the world.
And once it's outside, it starts to feel more real, more possible.
Even just one sentence, say it.
Second, write one small goal connected to that dream.
Not the whole plan, not the 5-year strategy, just one small thing.
Something you can do this week, this month, something small and specific.
And write it somewhere visible. Your phone, a paper on your desk, somewhere you will see it.
Because visible goals are harder to forget and harder to give up on.
Third, tell one person your dream. Just one. Someone you trust, someone kind.
Your waterer, not your stepper.
Exactly. Find your waterer. Tell them.
Because sharing makes it real, and when it's real, it can grow.
And a kind word from the right person can give you energy for a very long time.
Yes, I still remember things people said to me years ago that helped me keep going.
Words stay with us, especially the kind ones.
So find your person and tell them.
Okay, Dave, last question, and it's a real one. Your dream right now. What is it?
My dream right now is to keep doing this podcast, these conversations, because I genuinely love it, and I want to get better at it every week.
That is a really beautiful dream.
Simple, but real. What about you?
My dream is to write something. I do not know exactly what yet. A book. Something that helps people feel less alone.
Mo, that is a good dream.
I do not have the full plan yet, but I have the feeling and the direction.
And the direction is always enough to start.
Always enough. You do not need the whole map. You just need to know which way to walk.
And then you walk.
And then you walk, step by step, day by day.
Like your nephew's dragon dream. Maybe it changes shape as he grows.
Maybe, but I hope he keeps that energy, that fearless, this is what I want energy.
That is the energy we all need.
That is the energy, yes. Okay, thank you so much for being here today.
You spent this time with us, with your English, with your dream.
And that is not small. That is a real thing.
Keep dreaming. Keep taking small steps. Keep going even when it feels slow.
Especially when it feels slow, because slow is still moving.
And moving is everything.
This is Daisy.
And this is Dave.
And you have been listening to the Teach Easy English podcast.
Bye for now.
Bye. And go say your dream out loud today, right now, before you do anything else.
Say it. We are waiting in the comments. Bye. Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.